motivate our students. I would like to motivate our students, because you people are the ones who are going to take a major takeaway from here regarding how to use this database, and also how to use it for furthering your career. Research has become a very important ingredient in our present times, especially so in in these times when data analytics, data services, all this is there, and it increases your job profile prospects if you have this kind of skill set with you, because analysis is a very important part of your career. It is going to be, and the first step starts from making the projects. So I really laud the efforts of our organizing committee members, Dr. Monica Sachdev, Dr. Gurpreet, Madam Pratima, who has agreed to be here for this session and to enhance the skill set regarding how to go about using this particular software for in their projects. Thank you once again, and thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy. It's going to be a great learning session. Take away from it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Dr. Monica Sachdeva, Coordinator BBA, to share her thoughts.
Thank you, Dr. Malvika, and thank you, Mary ma'am, for your kind words. On behalf of everyone present in the workshop, I again welcome Ms. Pratima. Thank you so much, ma'am, because I know you must be having a busy schedule and you have taken out time for this workshop. I also want to thank Dr. Gurpreet. Thank you so much, sir. You have been very kind and you've been very encouraging also to let us you have given us this platform to interact with ma'am, and especially for the students. The college has been trying, and especially this workshop is designed for on the behest of our principal. He couldn't be with us right now because he had a meeting aligned in one of the sister concerns, but he sends his regard to all of you. And he also expects, in fact, all of us, even the faculty members who are attending the workshop right now, we expect that you take good inputs from this workshop, because you are going to take a very baby step with the final year project report preparation. And this workshop will help you to tap those sources of data collection. Today is the time you need not step out of your home, and the college is providing you the facility. You use this facility and enrich your project report. But you can't just do it in one go. You have to go and meet your mentors also. After the workshop is over, please make sure that you go through the mail I've sent you before regarding the preparation of your research project report. Again, please see who are your mentors. You have to go and visit them. You have to take time from them. And time is very short with you. You have a 1.5 months only to prepare this project report. So please take things very seriously. And without taking much of your time, ma'am, please, I request you to start the workshop. Thank you.
Thank you for the warm welcome and your kind words, Dr. Meru and Monica ma'am. So as you all said, that at this time we are into academic institutions are also promoting research so much. So even we being the platform wherein we provide data, we feel very enthusiastic in training people and solving their queries. So with this platform today, I would be explaining more about what PROWESSIQ is exactly and how students can use it for their research work or their project work. So I'll begin with short intro deck, and then we'll show a service so that a little glimpse of the service could be explained to the students who are new to the database. So just give me 1 minute time. I'll just share my screen with my intro deck. Visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, just a second. Intro deck visible?
Yes, it is visible.
So, a very good morning to everyone. So today on Saturday, we are here to learn about what PROWESSIQ is and how you can use it for your project work. So I'll give a glimpse of what database can be helpful. Before I begin with, since most of the people who are there in this webinar, they are most of the BBA students, which I got to know. So just to tell them, since they would be in final year and they would be sitting in their placements, just to tell them that PROWESSIQ is not being harnessed only by the research institution or the academic institution. The corporates where they would be working with, they are also using it. The banks are using it and the government agencies are using it. So wherever you are placed in these three domains, they are already using our services. So this will give this will be a brownie point for the people who would have done a research work or the project work using this PROWESSIQ database, which they could definitely add in their resume or CV. So this would be a brownie point if they listen and are aware about what PROWESSIQ can be helpful and how they can use it for their daily work if they are in corporates, bank or the government agency. So to begin with, what PROWESSIQ is, it's the largest queryable database wherein companies' data can be fetched. So it gives you the annual financial statements of the company, which are standardized. We have the ratios, we have the querying tool. So whatever you want, you have to run a query for it. I'll tell you how you can run a query. Then we have Indian companies data on PROWESSIQ, only the companies which are listed or unlisted in India, those data, that company's data is there in PROWESSIQ. And the data span starts from the beginning of the period from where the company has released. So from 1991 onwards till date, we have the database, the company's data. And the content which is covered in PROWESSIQ is standardized and you get the ratios as well. So by standardization, I mean that whatever we just monitor the entire product portfolio of a company. So whatever the product line which give 50 or more than 50% of contribution to the revenue of the company, that is being monitored, and that is why we standardize this data. It's not that we just take it from the financial statement, we do standardize as well. So what you get from PROWESSIQ, we get the income details, expenses details, what is happening to the liabilities of the company, the short-term current liabilities, and so on. Ratios that can be derived are like profitability ratios, working capital ratios, return on investment, liquidity, and so on. So this is the content that you get on PROWESSIQ database, and the content which we cover on the basis of reports of the company spread across different sections. Like I'll give you a little example. You can see on the screen also, you can get the company background, what is happening to the ownership, what kind of product companies are operating, what is happening to the share price of the companies listed or trading into the stock market, what is if it has gone under the mergers or acquisition, that kind of data. And we have the news and links announcement for the students who are who want to be aware about what is happening to the business scenario of the country. So we have the news articles as well, which comes on in PROWESSIQ. So you can start reading those news articles if you don't have time to read a newspaper. With the click of button in your mobile phone also, you can just type in the website of PROWESSIQ and you can see the news links. Then the entire system of PROWESSIQ is queryable, wherein you search for a result, then that result can further use for adding more data. So we have more than 80 query triggers, since PROWESSIQ is entirely a query system. So we have more than 80 query triggers wherein you can search data and filter data further for your project work. So these are the 80 query trigger which are spread across 5 different sections. That is financial statements, stock prices, business segment, ownership and segment, and others. Again, we have a query tools, which is a tree-based structure. This could be you can just read the slide, but actually when we go to the database, you understand more what exactly it is. Then we have 821 tabulations per company. So apart from getting a data about a company, you can also get the reports of the company, and that reports can be seen, and we have a report, like separate section of report and chart plotter. So over there you get the profile of the company, the financial statement, the ownership indicators, security indicators, and business segment, and so on. So this was brief of what you get on PROWESSIQ. Now I'll show you the website of PROWESSIQ, what exactly it is. So before we start with the service, many of students would not be aware that they have to register themselves before they start operating with the PROWESSIQ, because this asks for the username and password if you are like in campus or you want to use it anywhere. So your personal ID password is required. So this is the URL which I'm just pasting in the chat box so that people can register themselves. Using this URL, you can register yourself, and what you exactly have to do is click on this register, and this page would open. So in this page, you have to enter your username, your official email ID, if any, it's there, then your title, and fill in those other details and submit it. After submit, you'll get a email on the registered email ID from P.Intimation. So that will carry the password for your PROWESSIQ. So you can use that username and the password which you would receive on your mail to log in PROWESSIQ. So these are the steps to begin with. Secondly, PROWESSIQ have two sections, wherein first is PROWESSIQ website, that is PROWESSIQ.cmi.com, and this is more of support website. Secondly, to extract data, there is a database separately meant which you need to download. So this is the download application file. If you click on this URL, this download one, this setup would be downloaded. So you can run that on your system, and a small GB file would be like small MB file would be there in your PC, and it will not operate on the MacBook. It will just operate on the Windows laptop. So that is the point to be remembered. If people are operating on MacBook, that will not work. So this to be downloaded, like if you're starting with this service. So now to begin, what exactly you get on the support website. So this support website comes up with, once you log in, just a second. Yeah. So once you just log in with the website, this is a knowledge-based section for the students, especially who are starting with the service. They might not be aware that how, because when this workshop ends, there might be certainly more doubts that I missed certainly this section or that section. So there is nothing to worry about, because we have a small YouTube tutorials as well. So while you're working, and if you miss any step and you're not able to recall that what was taught in this workshop, you can come to the knowledge base, come to PROWESSIQ query trigger, and then for each section, like it's a replica of the database. If you see, this is the database. So this is the database and entire system, that all the queries are being shown here as well on this website. If you see the companies and set the exact replica of them. So you can expand this, and if you're not able to understand that what kind of data I'll get in companies and set, you can click on each indicator, and a short video, like 1 or 2 minutes video, will be shown. And the entire description is also there if you are beginning with the this thing. I don't know why this error is coming, but usually it never comes in. So you have a videos. If it doesn't work, you can go to CMI YouTube channel, and over there is a PROWESSIQ videos wherein you can go there, and step by step there is tutorials. So this is what knowledge base gives you. Second, this is the news and extract, which I was telling you in presentation. That's people who are interested in stock market and who are interested to know about what is happening in the stock market. They can come to this part, that is news extract, and they can understand what is happening to the stocks. So we have stock announcements and stock notices, which which are updated on daily basis. And then this is the area wherein you can see the news articles. So if you are interested in, say, knowing about, if a person is targeting one company, say I wanted to be a dream companies, Reliance or HUL. So in that case, I need to be aware that where this company is being highlighted, what work it is doing. So you can do it. So this is the best way to get ready for your placements as well. You can search for that company. You can read those annual reports which that companies comes up with, and you can see the news articles as well. So once you write the name of the company over here and search for it, the news articles gives you the provision of all the latest news wherein the particular company was in, like they did something or they were into highlights of news. So people can start reading those news links. And these are from all official or biz newspapers, that is Economic Times, Business Standards, and so on. And further, we have all the annual reports being recorded in one section, and this is being bifurcated separately for the student, so that if particular student is studying on, say, interested in more marketing things, they can come to one report, that is the management discussion and analysis report. This is very crucial for the people who are in marketing, because in this report you get the SWOT analysis, pestle analysis, BCG matrix. So that kind of information can be derived for management discussion and analysis reports. So, and further, if somebody is interested in knowing about what CSR activities Reliance is into, that how much it is spending, so they can just click on this and they can download a certain reports. So these are the extracts of the annual reports itself, which are being issued by a company. The best part in this is that you get it in customized way. So if I'm not in, like, if I'm not interested in reading the entire 300 or 250 pager, entire 250 pager research, like this report, annual report, for me, it has been bifurcated and customized on the basis of my preference. So if I'm not interested in the financial part, I can directly come to the marketing part or the CSR part, or if certainly somebody is from HR, they might be interested in corporate governance and all. So according to your preference and your research work or project work, you can download a report, and this report would be opened and you can just read these. So this is the things that you get in the news articles and section. Coming back to this one. So I'll show you one more example of one report which I was saying that it's essential. So if you click on this, and I'll show you that how different people from different, like if they are from different domain or in their interest area is different, how they can use this report for their project. And students in like different colleges are using these reports very much, because if you get a project work, you have to dig in Google and search for many links. But this platform gives you one shot solution to all the project work that you search on Google. So you can just get what is there in like for the companies if you're working on any kind of company. So if you see this report of Aditya Birla Fashion and Company, this comes up with what is happening to the management, that what kind of discussions they are into. So if you are interested in knowing about the trends of the particular industry and how they are embracing it to enhance it, that kind of trends can be seen. So like for Aditya Birla, this explains about initially what is happening to the business environment of that particular segment. What is the product portfolio, like they are into fast fashion, they are into innerwear and so on, and they also have their shop in shop stores as well. So that kind of information is there, and what kind of strategy they are building to expand their portfolio or expand their business, that strategies are also there in report. Further, you get the SWOT analysis as well if we go downwards. So this is the SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities. So you don't have to search on Google the SWOT analysis, just download this report and you get an entire report on SWOT, BCG and so on. So that kind of things can be done. Just a second. Yeah, so this was in the news extractant section. Thirdly, which is important over here is C clarification. Since you would be starting with the service, you might have so many queries and doubts. So for that, we have lately provided this platform wherein student, faculty, or any of the person who is using the service, they can directly interact with the analysts who are after this data, who look after this data. So this platform gives you liberty as well to understand the perspective of analysts. So since you are students, your analytical part would not that need to be widened. So that can be widened when once you start using the service, you might have lots of query. So you can come to the C clarification. This platform gives you like one-shot connection with the analyst itself. So the issue that you are getting, maybe the operational issue, or you are not able to understand that what exactly the data is, or say I want the profit of say Reliance, but I'm not able to find out that what are the steps from where I can get the profit. So that kind of things, any kind of query can be asked. So according to your preference, you can click on the kind of query you have, write down the query you are facing, write your username, write your email ID, and post your query. Once you post your query, you would get a reward from the analyst itself. And this is quite quickly. And the maximum time in the case when data is not there in PROWESSIQ, that will take 24 hours, or else this is being resolved within an hour or so. So the answer that you would be getting would be from your email itself. So once you register, that is why the first step that I was telling was to register yourself. Once you are starting with the service is essential, because when you start, you would be facing doubts. So to clarify those doubts, you need to connect with the analyst. And for that, we need your personal email ID so that your answers or the queries are being resolved and answered on your email itself. So this is very crucial for the beginners. Then this is what the website comes with. If we come back to database, is my screen visible to the database now? I hope my screen is visible to database.
Yes, Pratima, it is visible.
So till now, if anybody has any kind of problem from the PROWESSIQ website, they can ask me, or else I can begin with the database itself. They can write in chat box as well. So I think till now there is no problem. So we can.
The students, all of them are being exposed to this kind of a platform for the first time. So earlier they have never had this kind of an opportunity or the need. Now they have the need because they have to prepare the project reports. So from that angle, I think what all information they can gather from the platform, it will be useful for them. So if you could just repeat how they can log in, how they can search for information, because this is just the first step they are learning. Thank you.
So you want me to repeat the website thing again?
I think you can repeat one more time.
Okay, sure, no issues. So this is the website. What we just did is, the first step is to register yourself if you are starting with the service. So you have to come on the website, that is register.cmi.com. I have already shared the link of this website in the chat box. So you can log in into this, and what you have to do is click on register. Once you click on register, this page would open. Write your username, that is your first name, maybe like in my case, P_CMIE. So in your way, you can write your underscore, your college name or the username that you prefer. Then your official email ID, which would be provided by your institution. Then your title name, and do a word verification and submit this. Once you submit this, the email ID that you have registered, you would be receiving a mail over there with the credentials that are the password of your PROWESSQ. So you can log in into the service. So that would be coming from P.Intimation. Might be the case that it won't reflect in your inbox. So in that case, you can search your spam as well. Sometimes it's moved to spam. So this was the login thing. Once you log in, we have two things over here in the like PROWESSQ has two things to be remembered. Once like this is there is a website and there is a database wherein you can extract the information. So the website is PROWESSIQ.cmi.com. I'll just paste this one also in chat box. This is the website of PROWESSQ. So once you come to this website, you have to download the application of PROWESSQ. So you can click on download and small application would be downloaded in your system and you can run that application like you run any other kind of application when you download on your system. This is operatable only on the Windows laptop. MacBook will not support PROWESSQ. Though website would open the database, the application which you download it will not open in the MacBook. So this was the thing in PROWESSQ, like support website for the beginning thing. Then we have a knowledge base wherein you get the information on like you get the YouTube videos in this part wherein you can search for like people who would be starting with the service. They had many kind of queries that how can I particularly search for that indicator. So you can come here on the website, PROWESSIQ query triggers, and you will get the short YouTube video, which would be shorted by the analyst itself. And now it's visible, you can see it. So it's a short video. It's a 2 or 3 minutes of video for each and every indicator that is there in PROWESSQ. So if you are stuck up anywhere, you can come to this section and you can clarify your doubts. And then we have this C clarification section wherein you can clarify your doubts. So this will gives you a platform wherein you can directly interact with the analyst. So once you start using it, you might be having doubts. Just click on the doubts section, like just type your doubt, post your query by writing your username and email ID. So this was in C clarification. Further, we have a news and extract that is there in website. You can see the stock announcement. You can search for a company. Once you search for a company, all the like reports of the company would be there. And then you can also see the news articles of that company. So this is what we get in news and extracts. You can download all the financial reports of the company, which is bifurcated in different sections. So this was the glimpse that was given in the website. Now I'll move to the database. So this is the database of PROWESSQ. So we have 5 different sections over here, wherein first you have, just a second here. So first we have 5 different sections or 5 workspaces wherein you work with. So starting with the query builder is where you have to operate all the queries. So if I wanting a financial statement of the company, say I want profit of the company, sales of the company. So over here you get those data. So this is the query builder. So once you click on this section, this area get activated. Then we have an output view wherein the results of all the queries that you operate will come. Report viewer is a section wherein you can search for a company and their reports, compare it with their peers, compared with the industry analysis, and you can plot trend chart as well. So this is what you get in report viewer. Worksheet is again the output sheet wherein you get the result of the query that you have run. So the difference between worksheet and output view is, first, the placements of, say, the indicators that you would be selecting. I'll tell you when we come to that space. And second, there is a limit of rows and column in output sheet, that is 6,400. So 400 is the limit for columns and 6,000 is the limit for rows. So for instance, if you're looking for a data for longer time period, say 20 or 30 years, and the indicators you have selected or are on daily basis. So in that case, that 400 columns thing would not be compensating your data. So in that case, you have to select the option as worksheet, where you can see your result. Then we have command history and planner. This gives you the history of entire, the past history of the queries that you have run or the data that you have fetched from PROWESSIQ. So the people who are coming back to the service after, say, 5 to 10 days back, they need not to worry because their work is being saved in history. So they can simply click here. So for instance, this is what this query which I run 10 days back maybe. So I can double click on this. If this moves in this box and I click on execute, so my previous query would run again. So if I somehow miss some step, or I am not I don't want to repeat those things again, I can just click on as many of the indicators that I have performed in past, and a list would be operated, and I can click on execute file. So all the data which I fetched in past, that could be fetched again without any hassle that I have to go again and do my work again. Coming back to query builder, what exactly it does. So query triggers, I told you in presentation as well, we have around 80 query triggers. So to start with, I'll just begin with the initial one, that is companies and set. So you can select a company, maybe you're doing project work on, say, cement industry. So you can search the company's name over here, that is ACC. And once you double click on the name, like I just double click on the name, so this moves to this box. This tells me that this company is selected. Similarly, I'll just select 2-3 random companies irrespective of the same segment. So this will give you an idea that what kind of companies we get in and how we select and what kind of data we get in different companies from different segments. So I have randomly selected 4 companies over here, that is ACC, Asian Paints, Colgate and Reliance. I need to see the reports of the company, and this is very useful for section for the students who would be doing their project work. There are 2 questions from Akansha, so I would like to answer them first. So this is please explain the difference between worksheet and output view. So like I told you, the difference between worksheet and output view is that first, the placement. So when I'll show you the query builder, you will get to know more that what is the difference. Second is the limit of rows and columns. So in output view, the output sheets come with the limitation of 6,400. That is limit of 400 in columns and 6,000 in rows. So sometimes the data set is too huge that it cannot accommodate itself in the output view. In that part, you have to get your result on the worksheet because it can accommodate large data set. So this is the major difference between the worksheet and output view. And can we get data of HRA? Yes, you can get it. So in the ownership and governance report, there is a lot of data related to the HRA. Now it depends upon your preference that what kind of data you are looking for. So just to start again with this. So what exactly the report viewer is. So like I selected 4 companies. Once I selected this company in this box, that is company set and by name, these 4 companies are selected. I have just to click on report viewer and chart plotter, and you will get the reports of the company. Now, if I click on the one pager profile, this will give me the bird eye view of the company, that what is happening to the financials. This comes up with the charts as well, the quarterly performance, the financial performance, and so on. So this is a glimpse of the financials of the company. You can preview this report, you can print this report and download itself as well. Then we have further the identity and background report. And these reports come up with the addresses, the company classification, which I was telling you, that we study the product portfolio of the company, and whatever product which give 50 or more than 50% of revenue to a company, that product is being studied and monitored by CMI analysts, and they consider to be as a main product and service of the company. So I'll just select a company and show you that how you get to know about this. So this is a company called Samsonite, and majorly we know this company as a suitcase company. And this is famous also for the suitcase. And like for a person who is not aware and the person who is not studying the product portfolio or not standardizing the annual report, they'll always consider that Samsonite South Asia Private Limited is earning major revenue from the suitcase business. But this is not the case for them. If you come to the report view and see the company classification, since 2012 onwards, let me refresh it. Yeah, from 2000 till 2012, they were into suitcases. But now the major revenue this company is earning is from the wholesale trade of leathers and related products. So in the similar fashion, you can see that what is the major area from where the company is earning, because they keeps on expanding and keeps on experimenting on their product portfolio. And to understand from where, since if a person is investing also, he must be aware that where the product, like from where they are earning the majorly. So in that way, they can come to the company classification and understand the bifurcation of what is happening, from where they're earning majorly. Then company background comes up with a short report. So these report can be used for your project work itself. If you need to give a description about a particular company, that what is happening, like a conclusion to be given for the financials of a company. So this comes up with the description of what is to the total borrowings of the company, the earnings of the company, the yield of the company, sales, revenue. So brief report, this 250-pager report, which can be used or attached in the project work that you are using if you have to give a conclusion of the financial background of the particular organization. Then in ownership and governance report, there you get HR, like people who are interested in HR and all, they get a lot of data over here in like ownership and governance report. Even you can switch amongst a company with a click of the button. If I click on Reliance now, this report automatically updates with Reliance. Then we have ownership reports, wherein you can see what is happening to the equity of the company. How many shares are held by promoters, non-promoters, by the foreign investors. So that kind of information can be seen over here. Then what is the trend in equity ownership? That like what kind of shares the amount they are being holding. Then major owners of equity shares, like who are the owners and what are the numbers of shares they are holding. That information can be seen. Then we have the share pledged by the promoters. So if we say for Ancient Paints, sometimes people buy the shares and take a loan for that share. So for that, if you are interested in, that can be seen in share pledged by the promoters, and that how much shares are being pledged irrespective of what they have bought and what kind of loan they have taken. Then we have governance report. This tells about the boards of the director who are the part of the organization, what kind of salary they are earning, and what kind of remuneration, bonus, sitting cost, and so on. So that can be seen. the trends in the director's remuneration can be seen, that what is the trend. So in this way, people who are in HR, they can compare that what kind of remuneration a director can earn over the past, say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So by default, it show for 10 years. So on, you can just change the numbers also. If you're interested in knowing more than say 10 years, you can change the report and refresh it, say 17 years. So this will give you the, you have to reload the report. So this will give you from past as well. So it depends upon you that like what kind of data and for which timeline you are looking for. Then we have the composition of board of directors also. This helps to understand what is the entire scenario of the board of director, whether they are independent, non-independent, and what are the purpose of board meetings that are being conducted. So this company comes up with the board meetings regularly. So what was the purpose of that board meeting, when it was done, and so on. Who attended it, that can also be checked. So this is what you get over here. And this financial statement is very crucial over here, wherein you can, if you click on the interim financial statement, you get the quarterly result. And for the financial statements, annual results, you have to click financial statement, annual report. Summary report is very useful for the students who are working and comparing a company with the industry. So in executive summary, you get you get a view of the company, and this is a summary. So you can compare this company on the basis of say its peers as well. So if I click on say ACC over here, so this automatically gets download. You can compare it with its peers. You can set a benchmark. So if I click on peer benchmark, what it does is, if ACC a company in cement industry, so it has certainly set a benchmark for its competitors, and we need to check that what kind of benchmark it has set and what are being done by its competitors. So that can be also checked. So once this reports download, so these are the benchmarks which ACC has set. So it's a cement and clinker company with the income of 4.1 in March 2021. Sales revenue is high. It's a debt to equity ratio is quite low. So what happened is, this tells you to know about the nature of the company. And when you need to compare it with peers, that whether where are its peer lying into, like they are also debt to equity ratio is low. So if you have to compare that, you have to click on peer comparison. So in this way, you can compare whether the company is earning good revenue or not. So these are the all competitors of ACC. And if you see the very close competitor, that is Ambuja Cement. Oh, that is quite like the attributes that ACC has set and Ambuja has set are quite similar. So wherever Y is written, that means it's quite similar with the company that we have selected. And where dash is written, that means it does not satisfy the same attributes or the benchmark it has set in its industry. So in this way, you can compare it with peer as well. Then we have an industry benchmark also. We have compared with peers. Now I wanted to understand how this particular company is performing according to the industry standard. So in this way, with this report comes up with the 3 years comparison. So past 3 years of ACC with the past 3 years of industry it belongs to. So like you see in this report, for 2018, 19, 20, this explains what is happening to the cement industry as a whole. So if you see in 2019, the sales of ACC is 5.9, and for the cement industry, it was 2.5. So this means ACC has overperformed the industry standard. And if we see in the time of pandemic, since everything was low, the sales is in negative and the industry standard was 3.1, which tells that it has not performed very well. So that kind of comparison can be done. There are some queries in chat box. Let me clarify this. Do we have cross-country data on CMI database? No, this gives only information on the Indian listed and unlisted companies. So if you're looking for the foreign companies which are not registered in India, that data would not be there. So whichever company which is being registered in our country, that company's data is there in PROWESSIQ. Next question is, could you please show the main product of Reliance Industries as well? Sure, I'll show you that. So this was the about industry benchmark, wherein you can compare a company with its like the industry it belongs to. Now coming to the further, if somebody is interested in knowing about, say, income and expenditure, like where the particular company income is coming from, or what are the expenses the company is bearing for its operations and other things. So that detailed report can be seen. If you are just interested in knowing about the summary, so in summary report also we have a quick glimpse of income and expenditures. So in income, you can see from like ACC is earning from where, that can be seen. So this is a glimpse of that. Then it comes to the expenses details. This explains, like, people who are interested in, say, they wanted to know that how much a company is spending on its employees, say bonus, commission, and so on. How much company is spending on the advertising, on packaging, on operations, and so on. So that kind of detailed information can be seen in expenses detailed reports. So you can further see that what is the advertising expenses ACC is spending, marketing expenses. So by default, this again comes with the past 3 years. You can change the year from here and you can just do that. So now to explain that what security and indicators gives you, daily price and volume. So people who are trading in the share market, they might be interested in knowing that what is the opening closing of the shares. So they can monitor this by coming to the security price and indicator, select the company in which you are interested or knowing about what the particular company is trading into. Come to that, select that company, and then click on security prices and indicators. Daily price and volumes gives you the entire information, what is the opening, closing, high, low of that particular share of the company. Further, we have the entire trends in daily returns if somebody is interested in that as well. If they are closely monitoring the share, so this section is very valuable for them. So you can further see the PE and what is returns you would be getting from that industry and from that share exactly. You can see the weekly returns, monthly returns, quarterly returns, and annual returns. So it's a detailed report for the people who are interested into the stock market and futures. Then capital history tells about the debt instrument. If a company has taken any debt and all, the entire information is there on that. Now, business segment and product gives you information about the product portfolio of the company. So if somebody is interested into the performance of, particular product segment, they can come here and see the profit and loss and asset and liabilities and so on. If somebody is interested to just to know that what kind of product details a company has. So for ACC, these are the products they are manufacturing or trading. So this is for the Reliance. So somebody had a question that they wanted to see the product the Reliance is manufacturing or trading. So once you come in the business segment, there is a section that is product manufactured. Under that, there is a product details. So in product details, you get the entire report of what kind of product they are manufacturing. And if I just zoom in this one, so this report also gives you the information about the sales and total income and the value that particular like product is giving to a company. So the entire thing can be studied from here. There is one more question. Isn't the whole data available on the BSc website as well? So the data that are you looking for, say stock market, it is available on the BSc website as well. It's just that it's a common platform for all your solutions, wherein you can do a comparison as well. So for comparison, you have to certainly use some tools and all. So that kind of comparison and tools are present in PROWESSIQ. So the people who are writing a research work, or they are doing, say, they are trading or are into stock market, they use it, and they use it to do the analysis, which can be done through the PROWESSIQ. Though this information is available publicly as well. Yeah, so this was the product details. Then we have raw material consumed data. If a company is not manufacturing it, but they are consuming certain raw material, if you're interested in that, you can search for this as well. This also tells about the mergers and acquisition. If a company has gone under any mergers and acquisition, before that there is a capex as well, which tells you about the capital expenditure projects. So certainly there is no other body in our country which monitors the investments. Not even the government of India monitors the investment. So to monitor investment, one needs to understand that when the project has is been assigned, when it started, what is happening to the project. So CMI does it, and we have a little part of this, because this entirely a separate database for that. But certainly some part of that database, that is capex database, is there in PROWESSIQ as well. So the people who are investing, they might be interested that if I am investing in this company, how can I know this company would grow? So coming to the capex and mergers and acquisition report, you can understand the project works the company has taken, like they have gone through, or they have taken over. So this can help you to know, see, say if a particular company has started investing in AI, investment in AI. So we know the future is AI. So why not to invest in that company, which will give me returns? So this is where you can come and understand that what kind of project or investment work that company has gone through, and their capacity, the product, and so on. Further, we have the mergers and acquisition reports as well. So if a company has gone under any mergers and acquisition, that reports can be seen from this section of mergers and acquisition. So this gives you a summary. So for the Reliance, they have gone through, these are the mergers and acquisition it has gone through. So the entire report is there. We also cover the index reports, like what is happening to the BSc and NSC as a whole. So that can be seen since we have selected the companies over here. So that cannot be seen from this section. You can see that from the query builder. So this is what you get in the like the report section of PROWESSIQ. Coming to the query builder, wherein you majorly search for the companies and extract data. So we have already performed one query, that is searching a name of the company. So like a Google search, we have already searched 5 companies. Now we have another way as well to search a companies, that is through say, for if we are talking about an industry I'm working with. So we have 5 different like predefined sets over here, that is all industries, wherein you specifically, if I am say working, I got a project to work with the, say, textile industry or manufacturing industry as a whole. So over here, what I have to do is, you can expand this tree diagram, that is this one, and you can click on this checkbox. Once you click on this checkbox, the selected industry moves to the box which is below that one. And this means that you have selected this particular industry. You can even search for an industry from this box. So once you search from this box, this tells you, this will directly navigate you. So if say I need to search cement, I just need to write it, click on search. So this will directly navigate me to the cement, and I can just click on this checkbox, and my cement and manufacturing, both segments, both industries are selected. So by this, what happened is, and If you're coming back again, you need to clear this result so that there is no overlap of the values. So I clear it. Again, I'll just select manufacturing. So you have selected manufacturing. Now what you have to do is, there are 52,000 and more companies in PROWESSIQ. I want only manufacturing company from the universal of 52,000 companies. So what I have done is, I have given one filter, that is, I have selected manufacturing. Now these 3 steps, that is domain selection, output destination, and execution. These 3 steps are really crucial. So what you have to do is, so fetching data is not difficult. It's just that you have to execute these 3 steps correctly and your data would be there. There is no you don't have to you would not be worried about that how I can extract data. Sometimes the problem is that you have selected correctly, things are being selected correctly, but you are not able to select these 3 things correctly. So you need to understand the importance of these 3 boxes so that you can extract data. So first I have selected the industry. Now I have selected the domain. So domain means all companies refers to all 52,000 and more companies that are there in PROWESSIQ. So if I do not select manufacturing, I am just selecting all companies and execute my query. That is, I have run this query. So I'll get list of all 52,000 companies that are there in PROWESSIQ. But in this case, I want from 52,000 company, only the manufacturing companies. So in that case, I've already added a filter, that is manufacturing. So selecting domain is crucial. Second thing is companies in current OSC. This means that I have already selected certain number of company in my output sheet. I just wanted to add data in front of that. So in this case, you will not select your domain as all companies. You will click on companies in current OSC. For instance, once I select manufacturing companies, I want financial data to be added for all those manufacturing companies. So in that case, you have to click on companies in current OSC. I'll show you the difference once we run this query. So right now I'm selecting the domain as all companies because I want from the universal of 52,000 companies, I want only the manufacturing company to be filtered. So my domain is being selected. Now output destination is where I want this data, worksheet or output sheet or TXT format. So by default for this query, it is showing you the output sheet. OSC means output view. So you can see your result in output sheet. So this is what destination has been selected. Now I have to execute it. So execution right now you can see 3 things, that is add to current OSC. Add means there is something already in your output view. You just have to add this data that you have filtered or the condition that you have set in that particular output view. So this would be added. Send to new OSC means you haven't done anything yet. You need completely a new sheet where your query result should be there. This is what send to new OSC says. Replace current OSC tells you that if you have already done something, you need to just replace the result. So currently we'll select on send to new OSC because we are starting with the first query. So once I select it, my result will, I'll get to know that whether my result is there or not with the new output blinking as a blue. So once this blink blue, this means your result is there. And sometime it it comes earlier as well. So you can check by clicking this new output. So let this query be operate. So it is blinking blue. This means my output is ready. Continue. So this will give me result of manufacturing companies by searching all 52,000 companies that are there in PROWESSIQ. So we have like a filtration thing can be done for the project work you are doing. So there are around 17,578 companies that are manufacturing out of 52,000 companies. So we have selected that. Further, if I just want only food and agro base supposedly. So you can filter that as well. Or else if I want only the companies in manufacturing, so I'll clear my previous result. I want only those companies, those are listed on BSC index or say NSC index. So I have selected this index. So what happened is once you have just selected this company, what happened is whatever companies out of those 17,000 companies which are listed will be filtered further. So you can filter this data as much as you can. You just need to select the criteria you want filtration on, and then further you can filter it. So I have already filtered, like I said to filter, that is if they are in Nifty 50 index or they are like into the Sensex. So two filtration are set. Now I'll not select my domain as all companies because I already have filtered 17,000 companies out of 52,000. So this time I'll select that I want to filter my companies further from the companies that already present in my output view. So this option is selected. Destination is selected by default. Now retain match means I certainly have set a condition, that is it should be there in Sensex or Nifty. So I have to this time select on retain match. If I want, I only want company that should not be listed in Sensex or Nifty index, then I have to remove from OSC. So these are the two filtration. Either I want only those company or I need to remove that company. So that kind of things can be done. Retain match. So this will filter further, filter it from 17,000. It will filter the companies that satisfy these two conditions. You can even check your query result, like whether it is operated correctly or not. If you come to the command history and planner, once you are executing a query, this tells you status as well. And sometimes you might be waiting for a result to come and it would not show up. So you can come to the command history and planner and check whether the query is run okay or not. If it shows not okay, this means there is something wrong, and that something wrong can be rectified by seeing the error message. So you can expand this box and see that what kind of error it is showing, and you can just re-perform that query again. So my result is ready. Press continue. So what I've got is out of 17,000, only 26 companies that are listed either on BSC or are part of Nifty 50. So this is like this just performs half of your work, wherein you can just with the click of button, you can filter companies and play. Actually, this is like playing with companies on different condition and filtering it. You can also further filter with the fact that whether it's merged or not. So it depends upon the work you are doing. Then you can write the identity indicators, like you can write the item entity type, the main product of that company, the ownership group you can add that from which group it belongs to. Sometimes like certain companies belong to the Tata group or Birla group. So that kind of groups can also be understood. You have to select the ownership group. So you have to click on this one. If you wanted to know the age group that companies belongs to, the first trading day of that share, because we have selected the listed companies. If I wanted to know when they were listed, what was the date on which it was listed, I can select that as well. The NSC, BSC, if any amongst them. The industry group it belongs. So randomly I selected 4 to 5 indicators. Again, I select domain as companies in current OSC. Now you will see there is TXT format. So somebody is interested in downloading data in TXT format, that can also be done. Now I certainly selected some indicators. I just want to add this data in front of those 26 shortlisted companies. So this time my execution thing would be add data to OSC. So once I just add this data, this will show up all this data like in that similar sheet which I have selected. Just wait a second for the result. So meanwhile, I'll just tell you that once we see that this tells you the add data to OSC, it automatically, the system thinks the OSC means the current sheet which is active. So you can change your active sheet as well. So you can see the numbers of the sheet, that is 379 and 380. If I don't want to add the data in front of this sheet, I want data to be added in this sheet, that is 379. So I can shift my active sheet as well. So the blue sign explains that this is the active sheet. If I wanted to change the active sheet, I have to click on the sheet number, then click on set current sheet. So this shift to be as a blue marker, which tells you that this is now active sheet. So whatever you whenever you click on say add data to OSC, that is add data to output sheet, this would automatically add data to the active sheet. So I'll just change again to this one because we are working on this one. Yeah. Now my output is ready. Press continue. So whatever we have selected, these companies, this tells about the ownership status of the groups it belongs to. So for say CIPLA, it belongs to CIPLA group, Dr. Reddy group and all. So you can certainly understand that what exactly these indicators can provide you. The industry it belongs to, that can be seen. So in the same way, you can understand the pattern of different identity indicators of the selected companies. And further, if somebody is interested in knowing about the ownership status of the company, say I wanted to know what is the share being holded by say a promoter or non-promoter, that says Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. So a list of companies would be provided to me with a search of button, that what are the companies and what are the kind of shares he is holding and what are the percent of shares he is holding, and so on, like the other information that you have. So I will select this Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the number of shares he is holding, the percent of shares. According to your preference, you can select more information. If you want a particular date, you can enter the date, like for the past 10 years, what kind of company is into investing or what kind of company shares he is holding. That can be selected. And now I want from all 52,000 companies to search only for the companies where he is holding shares. So all company would be my domain. Now we have another option being active, that is worksheet. So if you see that if we select only output sheet, output sheet, this will give me result only of the name of the company, not the name of the owner and the time. So for that information, if I want a complete answer, I have to click on WS because two things are blank over here in both the formats. So you need to understand this also, that if you're selecting a destination, we need to keep in mind the limit and whether that limit is sufficing the other like sections as well. Now I have to send data to new OSC because I don't want it to merge with my previous sheet. So once I click on this, this will show me result on the worksheet. So these are the 5 to 6 companies where he is holding shares. So if I just expand and show you the holding date and number of shares, the percent he hold in that particular company, that is say Fortis Healthcare. So in similar way, you can study different people who are investing where by coming to this section of progress. So very useful for the people who are into like doing a particular research work in this area. So this was in the ownership and structure. You can also further get the information about the name of the directors, what kind of remuneration they are earning, the bonus they are earning, the commission they are earning, the sitting fees they are earning. So different kind of indicators can be selected, and you can see the salary, number of director appointed, and so on information. In similar way, you have to select domain, executed. If interested in a particular date, you can select date as well. Now coming to the financial statement, this is very crucial for the students who would be working on a project from PROWESSIQ. So what we have to do is, certainly we will select one industry. Say, let me select, I'm just selecting Nifty 50 index from all companies sent to new OSC, so that this will gives you a approach to what is happening to the financials of these companies. Yeah, so this is Nifty 50 companies. Now, if I wanted to add financials of this company, I'll click on annual financial. Say total income, I want sales. So I've selected sales. I want, say, profit after tax. So profit after tax is selected. Total expenses of a company is bearing that. If I want to know total liabilities, the investment the company is spending into CSR, that can be selected. So I've selected this one. And what is happening to the forex, that how much they are earning from foreign, that can be selected. So certainly I've selected 5 indicators. You can also set a range. Say I want only companies that are earning sales of 100 crore and above. So a range is set. So similarly, you can set a range, profit earning companies, those who are earning profit more than 100 crores. So that kind of limitations can be set. So you have to select domain as companies in current OSC, because we have already shortlisted. If you are interested in setting the date format, say 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, there is a question mark. You click on that question mark. There are different formats for date as well. So if you're interested in, say, particular annual year, you have to just write in this format. So 2020-03, or for the range of, say, 10 years, in that case, this format should be used. So you have to read this description according to your preference. You can select the date. So 2020-03, I'm taking the annual one financial year. Now we have 2 options for worksheet. The difference between these 2 options is just the view of how this would be shown. So indicators, company's name, time would be shown. Like in row, you will see the indicators, that is these which are selected. In column, we'll see the company's name and time in the sub column. So in other format, you can see the row will show you time, column will show you OSC and indicator. So according to your preference, you can select any. I'll go with OSC only because my limit is not much. It's just a financial year, and the indicators I've selected are also just 5. So I'll go with OSC, and I'll click on retain match, because I've set condition as 100 crore, because I want Nifty 50. I only want those companies which are having a sales of more than 100 or 100 crores. Retain match, and then again, you can just get the information about sales, profit, total expenses, and so on. Let me explain other as well. Meanwhile, the result gets into. So if somebody is interested in stock prices, they can come and select the companies. They can know about their like what is the low price, high price, what is the market capitalization rate, the total return they are getting from that index. The earning per share can be seen, the face value of the share, PE and PB ratio, that kind of information can be seen. So the pattern is similar. You have to select the company, you have to select the indicator, select domain, select destination, and execute. And in this, you can see the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly intervals as well. Again, if you are clicking daily here, you need to understand that you have to write daily in second interval as well. So by this way, you can get information on stock prices. So my result is ready. Press continue. So you can see out of 50 companies, we have further shortlisted 41 companies who are earning the sales of like 100 and more than 100 crores. So entire financial information is there. There is one query in, yeah. So in business segment, you can see the location of the plants. If somebody is interested in studying the product portfolio, they can do that. They can search for, say, any of the product, and they can understand whether the product is being manufactured or it's a raw material. Because certainly some companies just manufacture it, and certainly some just produce it. So you can understand the difference also. Click on the kind of you are looking for. So if I want producer, so any company which is a producer of, say, piston, and I click on piston, and all the piston products comes in. I select it. So if I execute this query, so from all companies that are producing piston product, the list would be appear. So if you want to know by the product what companies are into that production or manufacturing, that can be seen. So again, we have capex and mergers, which I told you, wherein you can see the mergers and acquisition report, and if the company has gone under any acquisition. Then we have index reports as well. So certainly, like we have stock prices and capital changes data, we have index data as well. So what you have to do is just select the index you are interested to know about. Then, like shares, you can see the index numbers as well, like what is the closing of that particular index, opening, the market cap of that index, beta value, alpha value, that can be seen. Daily index returns. Again, you can write date. If you are interested in the daily value, you can write D over here, and the time duration you are looking for. Say D15, this will give you data of last 15 days. And then again, you can just click on the destination and send to new IC. So this result is ready. So these are the 15 companies who are manufacturing or producing pistons and related products. So similar way, any product that you are looking for and interested to know who are the manufacturer, any like the country or companies which are listed in Indian system. So that can be seen from this side. So this is for a glimpse of the database. One thing which is left over here, that how to download this data, that is, if you have this sheet, say this one, you want to download this, so you can simply click on save as Excel, and this entire sheet would be downloaded in Excel format. And you can also save it in a TXT format. So there is an upper, like just above Excel, there is save as text. So this would be downloaded in TXT format as well. So this was brief of like entire PROWESSIQ. If anybody has more queries, they can ask. And like from my side, like I've explained a glimpse of how you can use it. So there is a query to explain save as a user set also. So certainly some people would be coming back to a research work and coming again. So you can save it in two ways, either in Excel or in, say, the batch file. So if somebody is saving as a user set, they have to just click on save as a user set. And then you can write, say, ER, just an example, set ER, save it. So once you come back after, say, 10 years or 10 months, any timeline, you have this PROWESSIQ access because you have this registration ID. Since if you have a registration ID and you're working on your ID itself, so if you come back anytime in future, what you have to do is you have to come on company sets, predefined sets, because we have already saved it, come in the user set, and you have to just refresh this sheet, and once you refresh it, the saved sheet would be shown here. So this will give you all the sheet that you have saved in past, and the information would be saved here. So in past, I have saved these sets. So so if I click on this, I could execute this coming back like after after say 10 or 6 months or any time in future. So this will show me the entire list of saved content as well. What I have done is I just went to the output view. Like an Excel, I've saved as user set. I hope that clarifies the doubt. Is there any other doubt or like from any of them? So you are interested, just a second. Textile industry. Can you unmute yourself and then probably I can understand that what exactly kind of data you are looking for? Somebody had a query for textile industry, correct? Let me search for the participant.
I think they are talking about their specific project which they have to do for the upcoming examination.
Okay. So in that case, if you're looking for data on the textile industry, what you have, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so if you are interested in getting the textile data, so you have to come on predefined sets, click here as textiles. This will directly takes you towards the places where textile is written. So as much as you click, it will take you textile. So this is the textile, and if further it comes up with cotton, blended yarn, cotton, man-made filament, and so on. So you can just click on the industry that you are looking for. So I've just selected textiles. Shortlist those companies and then add data that you're looking for. So in this way, you can filter the industry that data you are looking for, that particular industry. I hope that this doubt is clarified. Any other further query, if anybody has?
Ma'am, there is a query by KAUSHAL that can we find the HRA data in PROWESSIQ?
Yeah, I have this was being resolved. Like I told them that they can get a lot of data in ownership structure and governance, and even in the report section of ownership and all.
So thank you, ma'am, for giving us your valuable time. Now I request Dr. Gurpreet Sohal for giving vote of thanks to Ms. Pratima Dua.
So thank you, Dr. Pratima, for such a demonstration of the database, and you have provided the overview of the database and how to handle the queries, how to compare the companies. So this is the second talk on PROWESSIQ by the Readers Club and the department. We have conducted earlier the talk we have conducted for PG students of the economics department and commerce department. So this is the second session of this talk. So in the third session, we will try to conduct this session in personal in the college, so that
Maybe we'll try to come.
yes. So I, on the behalf of PG Department of Commerce and Management and Readers Club of the College Library, want to thank you, Dr. Pratima. So, and I am also thankful to Principal Dr. Ajay Sharma for his support and help. And I am also thankful to my co-team, organizing team, Dr. Monica Sisdeva and Dr. Malvika, and head of the department, Dr. Ajit Bahal. So I hope this session is helpful for the students and faculty of the department. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, dear students, for your patient listening. Prepare your projects well, and we are all there to help you out. You can come to us anytime, but before that, do visit your respective mentors. I've been getting these queries from the teachers that you're not visiting them. Please mail them, WhatsApp them, call them, meet them in person. They are all available in the college. Once again, thank you so much, Pratima ma'am. You were very thorough in your discourse today. We really thank you for your time. We hope to see you soon in near future also and get more knowledge from you and more usability information from you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, dear faculty members also. See you soon. Take care.
And please fill the feedback form sent in the chat box.
Will we end this session now?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.